We are here at the Concord State House, Concord, New Hampshire, for the Right to Life rally here that's now going on behind us. And I'm standing here with Ashley Pratte, who is the new Executive Director of Cornerstone. And I want to say thank you for taking a few minutes with GraniteGrok.
Thank you for having me.
Question: why are you here?
I am here today for all of these people who stand behind me in my mission and agenda at Cornerstone to protect and preserve human life and respect and dignity for every human life from the beginning at conception all the way to natural death. And this is something that, especially with 40 years now of Roe vs. Wade being legalized in our country, it's important for, this kind of support and to know that you have, this group of faithful people that will come out and just walk in cold weather to promote the sanctity of human life. And that's why I'm here today, to kind of be their voice in Concord, and I'm happy to do that. And I look forward to, promoting legislation at the State House that, thank you very much, that actually...
And I will take one as well. Thank you.
Promoting legislation that it does preserve that sanctity, and that's why I'm here.
You were the second person who said this. I interviewed Karen Testament, who helped start Cornerstone way back when, along with Susan Olson, another activist here in New Hampshire, who also happens to write for GraniteGrok, and they mentioned the end of life. And I think too many people see the right to life as being advocating for the unborn children to begin with, but really you don't hear about the end of life as much. And certainly there's that issue over in Belgium with the two 41-year-old twins who chose to be euthanized. Essentially, that's what it was, over going blind and being blind and deaf. And we don't pay a lot of attention now to the end of life.
Certainly, and one of the issues that legislatively we'll be dealing with here in Concord is obviously physician-assisted suicide and different things like that Massachusetts has also been dealing with. We saw in the last election in 2012. And it's important to remember that, life is not just, the idea of saving babies. It's the idea of every human life being precious. And that's what we're trying to, get out here and promote and message. And the Mass we went to before this was very inspiring and uplifting. They had mentioned the whole idea of it being, from conception to natural death. And anything other than that is not what God willed.
And we see that slowly creeping from across the pond, where nationalized and socialized medicine from Britain is coming across here through Obamacare, and we see the end-of-life trail, as they call it in Britain, coming over here, where they gently ease the old and the elderly and the infirm into a path that leads to an earlier death. And do you see that coming here?
I mean, I certainly hope not, but if it does, it's something that we will obviously work to fight against. I mean, it's not natural, and it's not what God intended, and that's why we're here. While Cornerstone, is a very active organization, and it promotes, obviously different candidates and works with them, to elect conservative candidates or those that believe in a families first agenda. We also are working in a spiritual battle here as well, and that's certainly a piece of it. So, I mean, if it does come here, it's something that we would, obviously Cornerstone would take up and say it's just not a natural thing to be doing.
Well, Ashley Pratte, Executive Director, newly in the last few months.
Yes, January 3rd.
Executive Director of Cornerstone. I want to say thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
For taking a few minutes with GraniteGrok.
Thank you.
And we hope to be doing more with you in the future.
I hope so too.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Grok TV.